Hey, good day everybody. Welcome to Surrendered Living. This is Sean.
And Jamie. And we're going to tell you guys today a little bit about where we live currently. We're going to show you a tour of our RV and how we managed to fit all 6 of us and 3 pets in one very tiny small space, and how we make it work on the day-to-day.
And how awesome it is.
And how awesome it is, because it's been way better than we ever expected.
Right, it's been what, 4 or 5 weeks now?
I think right at 4.
Right at 4 weeks. And it's been great.
We absolutely love it. Everybody does, the kids included, like genuinely loves it.
Yes. All right.
Here we go.
All right, so here we go. We're going to get started. And one thing I wanted to point out is that we have this really nice furniture out in front of our RV, which most people wouldn't have, but this is like our permanent living space, and it was at our storage unit, so we brought it here. But normally you wouldn't carry that in an RV. And then also just how amazing this site is that we have. Actually right here, almost every morning there's a deer sitting and sleeping, and I see them and have to keep Xena from killing them. But I am going to hand the camera to Jamie, and we'll start just with a little bit. So, outdoor kitchen. So this was a must for us, especially because we have the grill and stove top and sink and all those things, and that was absolute must to cook outside and do a lot of grilling and things like that. And then we're just going to show you a couple things and then go inside on the outside. So
There's our girls, looking pretty.
So I don't know if you can be close enough to hear me, but one of the things that we talked about was we have 3 pets. So we have 2 dogs and a cat. So obviously the dogs, they spend a lot of time outside, but the cat is inside, and we're trying to figure out how do we deal with his litter, right? That was a big thing. So what we did is these fifth wheels have pass-through storage out here where you can access from the outside, and we thought, wow, how awesome would it be if we could put the litter box down here? So I'll show you what we did. Is we built this. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see we built kind of an enclosure with a cage. So we still have the pass-through storage. We've got lots of storage space, but we have this cage with his litter box, so we can literally come right here and empty the litter box, and the smell is all contained down here. And we created a little pathway up to the inside of the RV with a cat door so that he can get in there and do his business, but the smell stays down.
And the cats or the dogs can't eat the poop.
And the dogs cannot have cat brownies.
Cat brownies apparently is what they love.
So we'll show you where that is. And there he is.
Woo! There he is. That is our 21-pound house panther that you barely caught the
So here's what we did is in the stairs there used to be a vent all the way here. So we cut it off, got a new vent that just was half the stairs, put in, kind of created this cat door. And you can see that's where he goes, and that goes down to the area that I was just showing.
And if you can see, his food is also in there, kind of off to the right at the bottom. That also keeps the dogs from eating his food, which he demands to have access to 24/7. Okay, so here we are in our living room, dining room, kitchen area. It's kind of all one space together. We wanted to show you a few of the things that we love about it, as well as kind of how we make it work, and a couple of the things that I love that we've managed to change about it. I didn't realize that there were 37 shades of poop brown until we bought an RV, and they somehow managed to use them all in this tiny space. So it makes everything really dark, and I like color, and I wanted it to feel like home. And so we've changed a few things. One of the things that we've changed has been the backsplash, and Sean can show you that. There was like a brownish gray dark tile that just went up to about here, and it was glass tile, and I immediately ripped that all off the first day. This is just an easy peel and stick tile, and it was very easy to go up, although I've realized that I'm going to need a little bit stronger adhesive because there are times that it does start to peel off. So it looks great from a distance. Up close, it needs a little work, but we love the color that it brings to the area. So all of this is great for storage area. Obviously we've got our coffee pot. We downsized to a single size Keurig, so it's 1 cup at a time, just for space saving purposes. We do utilize using things for multiple purposes. So like our mixing bowls, we always have one out here that's for fruit, and that way if we need it for a mixing bowl, we can put the fruit on the counter and use it to mix in, but we're not carrying mixing bowls and storage for bowls, for fruit bowls and stuff like that. We also love the big, huge refrigerator. Having 6 people means you have a lot of food. This is one of the bigger sizes that they offer. It runs off of both propane and electric, so it doesn't ever have any downtime. We can dry camp, also called boondocking if we want, which means we'd have no electricity, no water, and we can just run off the propane and the battery power of our rig without having to have hookups. So where we're at. And it has pretty good storage for our freezer. We're not even utilizing all of the bins that we have, as well as the fridge itself. So as you can see, there's lots of room in there, and it's kind of a hot mess. Another thing that I absolutely love is my farmhouse sink, and it's nice and big, so even though we have to do dishes by hand, we can get them done. It came with this little roll away strainer, which is great when you're doing dishes, be able to put them here to dry. It also came with a cutting board that fits perfectly in the other space, so you can actually utilize this all as counter space if you want to, by just moving the handle over and having this as workspace if you need to. We have yet to do that, but we do have a ginormous pantry, which is also a big deal. It is also a hot mess. We're still learning how to organize that in an effective manner, but for right now it works. So as you can see, we have, you know, drinks and extra cleaners and stuff like that down here at the bottom. The step stool, our vacuum that comes apart. We do have...
What's down there on the ground in the back?
Oh yes, in the back, that would be our son's Xbox that had to come with us.
What?
Yeah, he actually drilled a hole through the wall, took off the TV, drilled a hole behind the TV so that he can have direct access to the TV on the wall. You'll see in a second. But we have lots of, like, all of our cleaning stuff. We got these command hooks to hang up, like, our broom and our Swiffer and all that. And it really seems to work quite well. We could fit a washer and dryer in there. It does have hookups for that. But to do so, we would lose a shelf. We'd lose a lot of space. And I actually prefer using the campground laundry facilities that has 6 washers, 6 dryers, and I do all of my laundry in an hour and a half. All of it. So, oh, and then over here in the living room, so one of the things that a lot of RVs come with is a separate dinette and then a couch section area. And that's one of the things that really doesn't fit for our family because there are so many of us. We took like a year and a half looking at different RVs, knowing that this would be a possibility for us. And we finally settled on this unit. One of the main reasons was because of the couch feature that it offers, where it has this entire U-shaped couch, and these tables are completely removable. So we can eat here if we need to, if there's bad weather and we can't eat outside. Or we can take them down and just lounge around and everybody watch TV or hang out or whatever. And this section actually folds up and out, this whole middle section, to make room for a queen size airbed. And then there's storage underneath. So we actually have more space if we had company. If we needed to, we could do that. Up here we have lots of storage for games and obviously our son's Xbox and stuff like that, which is a great bonus. I did change out the curtains. We hung up some little decor items and stuff like that and got in the throw pillows again to add with the color there. Over here in the corner we have our corner shelf, which is just a great use of space. But right now this one contains stuff for homeschool, which obviously it's not all there. But and then our computers, our laptops are up here, and then there's just extra storage space down here. We managed to utilize this little shelf area as a docking station for all the charging that needs to happen, because everybody has some sort of a device or multiple devices, and that's a great area for just keeping it all contained. We don't allow our kids to have their phones in their rooms or anything like that, even overnight, to just charge. So it's great to have one spot that we can do that that's out of the way. Our laundry baskets, we switched. We used to have one laundry basket per room, so one for the girls, one for Kay, one for Elijah, one for us, and then one that was the traveling one to go collect all the laundry. So we had 5 different laundry baskets. We downsized to 2 of these, and it manages to get all of our laundry in. We have one out here for the kids, and then we have one in our room. it gets all of the laundry, and then we just scoop it up, take it, and go to the laundry. And it's actually super easy to work with. And I think that's it for this area.
Yeah, so tell them about the one thing people ask is, well, what about internet? Like, how do you do that?
Huge, yeah. So I did a lot of research. There's a lot of great Facebook groups for full-time RV families because there's a lot of people that work from the road and do this full-time while traveling. We're stationary, but we still needed internet service, not just for our homeschooling capabilities, but also for the days that Sean's able to work from home remote. And so I did a lot of research into what was going to be the best thing, and we managed to find what's called OTR mobile. And so we have a Wi-Fi router. It's basically a mobile hotspot, and it's one flat fee for the month, and then we can connect, I think, up to 20 devices, and it can go anywhere. So the times that Sean's needed to be able to meet somebody out at our property, a contractor or something, but he's working during the day, he can take that with him in the car because it's battery powered, and he can work in his car, but still available for the contractors if they have any questions, and he still is able to get work done. So it's been a huge blessing for us and works fairly seamlessly. We haven't had an issue with it yet.
All right, so Jamie says it's my turn. So I'm going to show you the bunkhouse in the back. So this was a must when we were looking for travel trailers. So actually, like, we looked for years. We've been to RV shows and things for probably 10 years, and really seriously looked over the last year and a half. And so we actually had this rig picked out because we knew exactly what we wanted. Probably 8 months before we actually bought it.
At least, yeah.
And so we were just waiting for the timing. So as soon as the timing was there, it was kind of funny. It's like, we knew the timing was there. We walked down to the RV shop, said, hey, we want to buy that one. We bought it that day. And there wasn't a lot of debate or looking because we'd looked for so long. But this bunkhouse was one of the things that we had to have. A lot of RVs have bunkhouses, but there were some features that we needed. We wanted to have a separate bathroom. So you can see back here, the kids have their own bathroom. Not a full bath, but it is a half bath. Obviously some upgraded backsplash there.
I had to have color.
Added some toothbrush holders and things like this. But this is just, so another space for the kids to get ready. The other thing is that we wanted each of the kids to have their own bed. And so having 4 individual beds was a must, and then also having beds that were long enough for our boys that are 6 feet tall. So that was really difficult. Actually, there was maybe just 2 or 3 RVs that we could find that had the individual beds that were also long enough. So you can see each kid has their own bed. We tried to create some space for themselves. So like we added some curtains up here, some reading lights and things like that. So Kalea can jump up here, pull her curtains. She's got her own little space. Same with Evelyn. Now she doesn't have curtains because Evelyn can't stay in bed, and
she kept ripping them down.
She kept ripping them down, so she doesn't have her own. But
they'll go up a different time.
This actually folds into a dinette, but the kids really don't need it with the outside space and there, so they just leave it as a bed the whole time. But one of the things in RVs is that there's always storage everywhere. So underneath these seats, there is storage, right? So the girls have that packed with all of their stuff.
That's the girls' bin.
And we thought, you know what? Why don't we use some of that storage? Because we had to have a kennel for Zoe. So Zoe, our little 4-pound Morkie, she will go to the bathroom at night and all that kind of stuff. So what we did is tried to make this kind of look cool, made just a little door right here, and created this. So she's got, her doggy bed and all that stuff down there, and that's kind of Zoe's little space that she can escape to, and we can lock her in, and we didn't have to have a cage somewhere that takes up a lot of space that we just don't have. So that was kind of a fun little project that we did. And then, the kids have another Xbox and TV, so they've all got their storage. All the kids have a drawer. They've got space up here for all of their, other stuff. Storage down there, more drawers, for the kids' clothes. So plenty of storage space for everybody. And then you can see the boys here. These are the bigger of the 2 beds. So this is where the boys sleep. Again, Elijah has the curtain, so he has some privacy up there and can get away from things. And then our kids are musicians, so one of the things we have to figure out is guitar. We found a way to hang that easily. Piano, not so much. It kind of sits in the corner. and then they just pull it out as they need it. But again, this becomes a very functional space. Usually the girls go to bed early. Xena sleeps on the floor in here, the bigger dog, and then when the boys come in, the girls are out, and it actually works pretty well.
Yeah, nobody's actually complained really for the most part.
No, not really.
So they really actually get along.
Yep.
Okay, so now we're going to take you into the master bedroom, and you'll come up a couple stairs. There's the bathroom door here on the left. I'll take you through that in a minute through our room, but it goes around through our bedroom and everything, and we can show you that. But and we do have a closet here, little hall closet. The girls store their purses, and we keep the dog leashes and stuff. It's not easily accessible for the girls, so we have to get that down for them, but it works for having extra space. There's lots of storage here, and we love that. So here is our bedroom. One of the things that we had to get used to was transitioning to a king-size bed. We've never owned a king-size bed. We still prefer a queen-size bed, and I think that's probably the one thing I don't care for in this rig is trying to make our bed. So I love having our bed made, and having to essentially crawl on top of the bed to make it makes it a little bit difficult. So but that's the only thing we found that we really struggle with here. We've managed to put in some things like decor and all that sort of stuff. I managed to hang up my jewelry and get that where I could have access to it. We each have our own nightstands with charging ports and all of that. We each have our own reading lights there above the bed that click on and off. Again, here is our laundry bag in our room, just sits in the closet or the corner really easily. We each have a shelf, we each have a drawer, so we have all this storage above our bed. We really didn't take very many things for hanging clothes, just because we knew it was going to be summertime. If we dress up, we usually still wear jeans and boots, so our shirts are pretty much the only thing, maybe a couple of summer dresses for me. So we didn't need a lot of that space. So what we did do was, there was 2 doors here, but Xena's kennel is what we needed to find a place for when nobody is here. If we're all here, she can just be in the room overnight. But if we need to leave all of us as a family, she can't be trusted not to tear stuff up and everything. So she does have to have a kennel. So what we did was we took one of the doors off and we just slide it over here. And as you can see, that's where extra boots and storage and backpacks go. And then underneath is Xena's kennel, and it opens up right here, and she can get in, and she has plenty of space. And one of the things we had to make sure of, which Sean did great in making this work, was to put something on the kennel, because Xena has been found to be notorious at being clever, and she pulls things into her kennel if she can reach them and shreds them. So we want to make sure she didn't have access to our clothes or to anything sitting on top of the kennel, so we could still utilize this space. So we took the lid to a storage tub and put it here, and then Sean put another one on the other end of her kennel on the other side, so she couldn't reach our hanging clothes. So that works out really well, and then we can just leave that open when she's in there, and she doesn't feel like trapped or anything. But then anyway, this door right here slides shut to give us privacy for our bedroom. These are all of our building plans, which was a great idea.
Not really building plans. That's all the steps and everything that needs to be done.
So Sean's been very good at keeping up with all of that and writing down, starting, completing, all of that stuff. He's super structured, which is great because I am not. So anyway, this is into our bathroom here. And this is the main bath. It is the only one that has a shower. So there are 6 of us that shower. We have lots of...
It's good that all 6 of us do shower.
This is where we all have to take a shower. Yep. We have a lot of storage. I won't show you that cabinet because it's not organized yet. We have a lot of storage and drawers here. If I need extra counter space, there's actually this one that pulls out right here. And then if Sean needs to be in here at the sink doing something, I can actually open this up, utilize this mirror and the counter space right here, and still be able to be getting ready or doing something. That hasn't happened very often, but we have multiple drawers there. And then in here, we tried to find areas that we could do storage space for our toothbrushes and toothpaste. So we bought these little things to hold all of our things like that. And we each have a shelf in here. I did, of course, add backsplash in here because Like I said, I like color.
Let's take a look.
It's super pretty.
Yeah, very nice.
And peel and stick is the easiest thing ever. We've added this towel rack. This one was already here, and the girls hang their showers in here. The boys hang their shower in their bathroom.
They're towels. They don't hang a shower. But...
I'm sorry. You're right. They don't hang a shower. They hang their towels. Thank you. And then in the bathroom shower part, we purchased this. We've got dispensers here for shower gel, soap, shampoo. I cannot talk. And then anything extra goes up here on this little shelf. It was a perfect little dispenser so that we didn't have to have 57 bottles for every person. But the shower actually works really nice and fits all of my big boys, and they haven't complained yet. So it's actually worked really nice. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to take the camera and focus on Sean, and he's going to show you how he manages to work from home and set up his office here.
So, like Jamie said, I have the opportunity to work remote a lot, which is fantastic. One of the greatest things ever that my company allows me to do, especially now because like we're building a house and the property is only about 5 minutes from here, and contractors can come whenever. Like we were supposed to last week. We were hoping that the contractors would come and start the foundation, but they were supposed to come at the end of the week, and Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. Got a text message said we'll be there in 2 hours. And so great, right? Because they're starting early, they're going to be there, we're going to get the foundation done. But if I wasn't there to meet them, it would have been a week later. And so that really, really helps us a lot for me to be able to work remote. But people are like, how do you work remote in an RV? So there's a couple things. A lot of times, some of the work that I'm doing, I don't have to be on the phone. So I can sit out on the couch, I can sit outside, stuff like that. If I'm doing things in spreadsheets or PowerPoint presentations or things like that, that's very easy to do. But I am in a people leader position, so I do a lot of phone calls. I'm on the phone a lot, and a lot of Skype calls where I'm doing video and things like that. So that becomes a challenge, how do you do that? So let me show you my office, which is really in the bedroom. First of all, one of the things that we did is we have a printer scanner, which is necessary not just for work, but for, you know, building the house and all kinds of other things. So we just wired it up through the bottom, put it under there. There's a nice big storage space right there.
Along with all of our other stuff that we need a storage space for.
Right, so that worked out really well. And then I actually convert this space right here into my office. So this is my office.
This little 2 foot by 4 foot space with 3 foot.
All I do is shut the door here, and then in the closet here we have a couple things. So one, I have my desk chair, and then two, I have my desk, which is this is actually doubles as an ironing board. So it has this pad and felt on it to be an ironing board, but it also is my desk. And then grab my Jamie's boot fell out, but grab my laptop. My notebook, and here's my office, and that's it. And it works out pretty well. So, and as long as it's not too bad, maintains pretty quiet. I have to ask the girls to not scream at each other, or you know, the boys can't be playing music really loud or things like that. But other than that, as long as the kids just maintain normal talking and normal things like that, it works out pretty good. I can be on video calls and get a lot of work done. So that's my office. All right, so that was the tour of our living space. So thank you everybody for joining us. I will say, you know, a lot of people are like, I can't believe that you sold, you know, a 3,400 square foot house, and there's 6 of you with 3 pets that moved into a 320 foot RV.
Yeah.
And how crazy is that? And I think that people think, how can you get along? Like, how does that work? And aren't you frustrated and all that kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about your thoughts, Jamie, but I know that I think that the answer to that is that God has really done a work in our hearts. And most of the times, if you think about it, one of the things I've challenged our kids with is that when you're upset with somebody, when you're frustrated with what's going on, think about what's causing that frustration. And the majority of the time, the thing that's causing that frustration is selfishness, right? It is because something is inconveniencing you, and then it's like, well, what's the root of that selfishness? Like, why do I care? Why does it affect me that much, right? Why am I being selfish about this thing?
Why is it a big deal?
Yeah, why is it a big deal? And so, I think that we've just really prayed, and God's really done a work on our heart to say, hey, these things really aren't that big of a deal, right? Well, my selfishness is not as important as other people. And so we've all just tried to take an attitude of caring for and loving other people, which that's what the Bible calls us to do, right? Is to love others as you love yourself, right? And so I would say love others instead of loving yourself, right? And it's not always perfect.
No,
it doesn't always work. It's not all sunshine and rainbows and everything's perfect, but I'd say more often
it's not always this clean.
Yeah, I mean, the kids actually do a really good job. They've
They
got
do.
some chores, and it really doesn't take that much for them to do their chores. They get them done pretty fast. But we really don't. I think everybody's very happy. Everybody understands where we're at. Everybody is enjoying the adventure, and everybody is taking advantage of just loving each other rather than loving themselves. So I don't know if you have anything else to add.
Yeah, I mean, I just think we had a great conversation, actually probably a number of conversations, different times that we told the kids before moving here, hey, this is going to be, it could be stressful. It's going to require everybody to give, everybody to be patient, everybody to, think of other people first rather than themselves, and really all work together and take teamwork for this to work. And I think they really took that to heart. I mean, they've all come to me at different times and said how surprised they are that they actually love it, like truly love it, and they're having a blast, and they love that we're right here on the lake, and we have an amazing activity center here, and they love having the ability to go hang out down there or go for bike rides or walks or whatever, and they really enjoy the space. They love not having all the stuff. They love not having the big amount of space to clean when it's come time for chores. They all love the fact that their chores each take like 10 minutes apiece.
Right. Yep.
So they've really adjusted well, and I'm really proud of them.
Yep. Good.
Yeah.
So that's all we have for you guys today. Thanks for joining us on Surrendered Living. And until next time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.